Hi everybody, and welcome back to Sailing Vessel MIG. This is December 13th, and I'm giving you a little quick real-time update. We are right now located in Ventura, California. Norman and I have been here for a couple of weeks. We have some great videos coming up for you. This week's video, as soon as I'm done jabbering away, is an introduction to our new friends on sailing vessel Ramble On. We were in Santa Barbara after our passage down the coast, and we were doing our laundry, and Norm all of a sudden started freaking out, and he's like, hey, that's SVRO, and he runs out of the laundry like a paparazzi stalker and chases down Rich and Jenny from their YouTube channel, Ramble On, and after that, they came on over to MIG, and we had fajitas on the boat. We had a really great time, and so it was really wonderful to have had an opportunity to meet them. And then I asked them if we could do a tour of their sailboat. And their sailboat is a Tiana 37 designed by Bob Perry, and arguably that boat is one of the best offshore sailboats ever made. And theirs, honestly, is probably one of the, if not the top one out there right now sailing the great big blue ocean. So enjoy the videos this week and next week, and also getting to know them a little bit. This week we just talk with them a little bit, and then next week we do a tour of their boat. And then just so you know what's coming up, the week after that we have a Thanksgiving video. I made Thanksgiving on MIG, made all of the stuff, and I'm introducing you to a really little cool cooktop oven that you can use if all you have on your boat is a stovetop. You can use this oven to cook everything you need to, from cookies to cakes, biscuits, whatever. And that's a great video. I think you'll really like that one. And then we sail with Ramble On over to Santa Cruz Island, and we spend probably the worst night at anchor I've ever spent. And I've spent years at anchor, literally years at anchor, and that night out there was one of the worst. And so you get to see that. And then stay tuned, because Norman and I have a video for you coming up of us learning to ride one wheels. And if you don't know what a one wheel is, Google it and check it out, and then you'll be definitely curious to see if two old men can learn to ride one of those things, because that's our new transportation on MIG. When we get to shore, we didn't have room for bicycles or scooters or anything like that on MIG, so we chose something a little more, well, let's say, extreme. And so you get to see that whole process. That's pretty fun. And then this is super. You guys are going to love it. After we go home for Christmas and New Year, but there won't be any videos missed at all during that time. But when we get back in January, my daughter, Emily Ann, is coming with us, and we're sailing this little 27-foot sailboat all the way to Hawaii in the wintertime. So I hope you enjoy that video. Don't worry, she knows her stuff. She'll just take over. She'll be the boss while she's on this boat. But you're going to really love her as much as I do, I know. So stay tuned. We've got a lot of really great videos coming up. And I wanted to also say thank you to all of my patrons. You guys are so special to me. You're wonderful. You are the reason that this is actually happening. Thank you so much for sticking with us and supporting us the way you do. If you're not a patron and you're just watching this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please at least subscribe to the channel, like the video. It really helps us a lot. It helps with the algorithm to get us out there so that people can actually see our videos. And this whole YouTube thing has turned into something I was never intending it to turn into, and it's really special. It's really meaning a lot to me. I have met so many really cool people from the comments and whatnot, and now they're actually friends, and I talk to them a lot. So thanks a lot to all of you. Give us a thumbs up. And without any further ado, here is Sailing Vessel Ramble On. So today we are on sailing vessel Ramble On, who has a YouTube channel, and if I can figure out how to do it, it should be right here so that you can click on it. But if it's not, it's because I'm an idiot. I don't know how to do that stuff. It's right over Norm's face. Right. I don't see it. It's right here.
There you go.
No, I'll put it right up here somewhere or somewhere on the screen. So this is a Tiana 37, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So how did you guys, what's your story? How did you end up doing this? Just moving onto a boat, the whole thing, if you don't mind.
You want my version or her version?
I want both.
Go ahead and
We
tell
want
the
the
story.
true one.
We want the true story.
Well, I guess in 2005, we bought a brand new house. And after about a year of living in the house, I was on the internet at work and found a blog that I was really liking about this couple who went sailing. And I thought it sounded really interesting. And he and I had done a lot of scuba diving and things like that, and kind of thought, well, that would be something that'd be fun to do. Like, if we don't have kids, we're kind of just like, we could do whatever we want to do. But we had just bought this brand new house too. So anyway, I came home and I was like, hey, why don't we consider getting a boat? And we lived in Folsom, and there's Folsom Lake, which has some good sailing on it. And
Had you ever sailed before that?
No. So we went to Lake Natoma, which I guess it's famous because it's a big, long. It's part of part of Folsom Lake. It's just after the outfall of the dam, and they do a lot of races, like rowing races and stuff there. But they have a little sailing school. So we got on some dinghies and sailed around and learned how to sail on little dinghies.
Little 14-footers.
Yeah.
Before you bought the boat.
Yes, and they make you like flip them over and then like ride them and all that crap. So it was fun. And then in 2010. We went to San Diego and took an actual sailing class. Like, let's learn how to sail.
The ASA courses.
Yeah.
And it was a live aboard. So we lived on the boat for like the whole week, 7 days or something, or 5 days was the class, and then the last 2 days we were by ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we can do this. Like, this would be fun.
And you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That's what, when we got to anchor out in Glorieta Bay, we decided,
really nice.
I could live like this.
On a bigger boat. Because that was like a 30-foot boat.
So
Like
that's
a Catalina 30 or something.
So this is almost an unheard of situation where it's the lady that decides she wants to go cruising and has to convince him. That's kind of cool. That almost never happens.
There wasn't much
It
convincing.
didn't take much.
It didn't take much.
It did not take much.
What happened when she mentioned it to you?
I'm like, I'm all in.
You're like,
Like,
let's do that.
I could fish every day. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do
I
that.
can go diving.
He would wake up
scuba
early
diving.
before work and go fishing, and then go to work. Like every day,
Yeah.
he was fishing at all these little lakes and stuff and ponds that we have around Folsom.
So was your plan then to actually like quit your jobs and move on the boat and sail around the world, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's really good with money. So
Oh.
she's
That's
in
nice.
savings mode from the time she mentioned the idea.
Yeah.
Saving it, and
we didn't want to go back to work. Originally, we were going to go earlier, so we were going to, just do a few years and then go,
Yeah.
and then maybe come back. And then, he kind of changed jobs, and I changed jobs too, and kind of had careers going. And I'm like, well, maybe we'll just wait a little bit and just retire a little bit early. So we're not technically retired because we are not retirement age, but we don't have jobs anymore.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
unemployed.
we're unemployed.
You're unemployed.
Retirement means you get money.
That's like me.
Yeah.
I'm unemployed.
Yeah.
You get paid not to go to work.
I'm retired.
Yeah. He's-
I'm unemployed.
We will be retired one day. We both have, I work for the government, so I have a pension and what have you. But no, we were just able to save enough money. We bought the boat we could afford at the time.
Yeah. So you
And
bought it
then-
outright.
We bought the boat, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way to do
We
it.
paid cash for everything, and we don't carry any credit or
Yeah.
loans or anything like that. So, but we did, sell the house and pretty much cut ties with land and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So, and we found a really great marina that we were in for ended up being 10 years. It was supposed to only be a couple years, but that's how it goes. And so we were going to leave like in 2021, kind of take off, but of course COVID was still.
So were you
everywhere.
on the boat when COVID happened?
Oh yeah.
You'd already moved on to the boat.
We moved onto the boat. We bought it in December of 2012. We moved.
Oh,
on,
wow.
Yeah, we moved onto the boat
Okay.
September 2013.
I didn't realize it's that long.
Yeah, 2013 is when we moved on full time.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a 10-year refit.
so 10-year so 2020 was really kind of messed up the plans.
It did.
It's really,
Yeah, for all
it's
of us.
really upsetting. It's like,
Yeah.
It wasn't so much that things changed. It was where can we go? People aren't getting in, or once you leave, you can't get in. I'm like, I don't want to be stuck.
And where were you during the pandemic, then?
We were at the marina in the Delta.
Okay. And did they just locked you down on your boat?
No.
Really?
No. We were essential employees.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, yeah, we were both working. We worked full through the whole thing. And actually, the marina, they never closed. She's a private marina. She owns it outright. Her employees didn't work for like 2 weeks. She paid them, but they didn't come to work. And she just worked. And then she's just like, this is enough. We're like, let's just get back to work. So it's, it's out, the marina is very rural. It's out in the middle of nothing.
So I noticed the difference when we bought MIG in Alameda in 2020, September of 2020, and we were in Alameda. Everything was like, even then was still, that was in September, and it was still, you had to wear a mask on the docks. You had to, everything was just, and then we went up to Bodega Bay, and they laughed at us for wearing masks.
Yes.
So, because we assumed we're in California, we better wear masks. And at that time in Washington, you still had to wear a mask for everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's your story? Now, let's see if there's a difference.
That's about the same. We did. We had just bought a brand new house, had it built from the ground up. And
oh, you built the house?
We didn't build it.
But you guys had it
was
built?
A production home.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if you actually did the work yourself, that would have been a big...
We did
a lot of work on it.
We put a lot of work into the backyard and the barbecue and the patio cover and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But,
we didn't enjoy it for very long before we left.
It was nice, but it's a really big house for entertaining people. It was great.
Yeah.
It had a lot of rooms. You had to buy a lot of furniture to fill in these empty rooms, and we just thought,
yeah, that's enough.
Let's live a little more modestly, and I don't know, we just started saving, and
So how did you guys decide to start a YouTube channel?
So I was doing a blog, writing, and a lot of photographs and, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know why we started. We just started filming.
Just for our parents.
Yeah, just to give them something.
Yeah, we just started, I think maybe we had the first GoPro. I'm not sure. We just started filming some things because it's like pulling teeth. He's doing all the work, and I'm like, okay, what am I writing? Like, what are you doing? I don't even understand what you're doing, and I'm sitting here trying to write a description of it. So he would have to do a lot of the writing, and it was constantly like, you need to write something. You got to get this done. Where's the pictures?
And remember to take a picture while I'm in the middle of a project.
So just easier to let's just record this, and then kind of morphed into that, and let's start a channel. So,
but you got pretty good at the DIY filming.
It's
you do a pretty good job of that.
He does.
There's things. It's there's.
He's really good about setting the camera up and doing things in front of it.
If you like surveillance camera footage, it looks like you see the guy robbing the liquor store with the camera view up here. That's kind of how I started filming it, and then started getting creative with mounting and clamps and things, and then just get the thing to wear it on my head and.
All right. So what's your plan then?
Well. We left, a month ago?
Do you want me to tell the plan?
Yeah, you do.
So we've always kind of just said, we're gonna try to circumnavigate. I mean, that's kind of the plan. But if we end up hating it, or we get tired, or we want to stay somewhere, then that's the plan too. So
do it till it's fun, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So right now we still both really like it, so that's good.
And so you're planning on heading down to Mexico.
Yep.
And then maybe next season you're thinking of going to the Marquesas?
Next spring, right?
Crossing the Pacific or March. Yeah, that March-April window.
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, there's a lot to do in Mexico, too.
There is. A lot of people get stuck there for a long, long time.
We have friends in our marina that left in 2019, and I don't know that they ever plan to go anywhere else, but they've been in Sea Cortez since then.
Yeah. And then, so theoretically, you could end up in New Zealand at the same time we are. We're just taking a different route.
Yes.
Yeah.
That might be the next time we see you guys is in New Zealand.
We may have to make a detour.
That would be cool.
Well, are you guys going to Mexico?
No.
Okay.
No, we're
going straight here.
We're going to Hawaii.
From Santa Barbara? Or from the islands here?
From Long Beach.
Okay.
In January.
Right on.
Okay.
With my daughter.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's so cool. Well, it's super nice to meet you guys. They came over for dinner last night on MIG. They were MIG's first guests for dinner. we should have filmed some of that because it was pretty funny. All of us on this little tiny boat having dinner, but it worked.
It didn't feel that small.
No, it was all right.
It's really cozy.
It's nice when the weather's
super
good.
cozy.
Yeah.
When the weather's good outside.
If the weather was bad, we could have made the inside work. I would have had to. It wouldn't have been as fun though. We could have all sat in Norm's cabin.
We could. Not really. I fit in my cabin, and that's all. I don't have room for a cat.
You are my cat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a cat if you want to.
He's got a litter box.
Yeah, that cat. So yeah, the story with the cat. So she was the marina cat. We had a cat before. She was about 20 years old. Passed away while we were living aboard. And then this other cat, she befriended my wife, or vice versa.
She started coming by the boat.
Well, she lived at the marina, so she was always up at the marina, but she's mostly outdoor cat. And then there's 2 cats up there, and the other cat kind of beat her up a little bit. And she and I were friends, so there was a gym at the marina, and she would come with me when I would work out and stuff like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And then when our cat died, we were like, okay, we're kind of ready now, because that's one of the things. We had a dog before we bought the boat. We're like, we're not buying a boat until we get the dog dies, and she was 15 and whatever.
And you're like, now we don't have any animals.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, this is great. Did not want to
no
travel.
responsibilities.
It makes it difficult.
Did not want to travel with a pet at all.
Yeah.
And so I did relief work for my job up at the big fire in Santa Rosa. So anyway, I was gone for like 4 weeks doing that. And when I came back, the cat was here.
It just moved aboard.
Someone got lonely. Someone got lonely and invited.
It's your fault.
The cat would come to the boat and
invited her in.
I would let her in, and it was like, this was like December,
It was
January.
cold and it was rainy,
cold,
and she was like out in the cockpit, like huddled up and stuff. And he was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
She chose you. You can't say no to that. So now, how does she handle like sailing and offshore?
She doesn't like motoring.
She doesn't
hates
like
it when
she
the
doesn't like the engine, but she's okay. She sits outside with us when we're outside, and she's good out there. She's fine. And then sailing, as long as it's pretty steady, she's fine. But
what does she do when she gets uptight? Does she have a little place that she goes?
She's just hungry. She loves coming out.
Yeah, she goes like this.
She loves coming outside, and she'll just
so pitiful.
Yes.
It makes you feel guilty.
I know. I put her up on the shelf, and she does pretty good up there, even when we're...
Take her on 140-day passage. She'll be fine at the end.
I think so too.
She's
really adjusting. I mean, she's lived at the marina, at a marina for her whole life. So
once she figures out she can eat flying fish.
She used to bring stuff to the boat, so she was always on. She would go off the boat in the middle of the night, and we just let her run. I have a drop hatch that has a cat door built into it.
Oh, that's cool.
She would come and go when we were at the marina.
So like the bottom drop board has a little
cat flap,
an
actual.
The
whole thing.
Piece.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So what they mean is the board that drops into here. They've got a special one for the kitty that has a cat door.
Yeah. You probably filmed it when you were in the lazarette because it's tucked in there right now.
That's too cool.
We don't let her run around.
Let me get a picture of her.
We had the secondary. We would just leave the port light up, and she could climb out that
You're a good kid.
so that she would come in and out of the boat that way.
Such a good kitty.
But she used to bring birds. And
Did you choose this place?
bring live mice into the boat.
Such a nice kitty.
She would bring a mouse in and drop it on the floor and then watch us chase after it as it ran around.
That would be annoying.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
as
terrible.
long as she catches it again.
That's why she's so fat now. Because I'm like, well, let's just feed her some more, and then she won't go hunting so much.
When you get into the tropics, she'll be chasing cockroaches.
She definitely thickened up.
They're all over. You can't keep them off. It's
Oh, I'm gonna try.
She probably won't chase them.
it's good luck. Haven't
it was
lived on a
crickets.
boat for
Crickets
a
are good.
long time. So thank you guys very much. And I think the plan is they're going to come over and do a tour on MiG.
Yes.
So that'll be cool. All right. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
You bet. Thank you.